action and first of all, the funding company is the Egyptian Electric Holding Company. They're the main funders, and there are two other main funders, World Bank and the European Union. Since they've developed the site that they've developed the construction for, is actually surrounding farmers and villages, environmental impact, and people in the village and the environment around it is starting to get affected by their implementation and construction. When we analyze the situation, what we know from any country, usually the agricultural sector of any country is usually the least profit-making one. You don't make a lot of profit out of it. So in Egypt's case, it's even worse because farmers make very minimum wage with agriculture. So, and they have a lot of debt already. So with all these issues and the fact that they don't have any land anymore, it creates a bigger issue. Because if they don't have land, they can't develop anymore. This is their job, this is their living. So if they don't have anything, they can't make any more money. So that's a huge economic impact on them. But a power plant for the rest of the country, because it's energy and it's benefiting the whole country, they look small in comparison to the power plant. Situations that have currently been going on are groundwater depletion, soil contamination, and disposal of polluted water. If you look at two samples of soil, this is the natural agricultural soil, and this is contaminated soil. There's a big difference between it, you can tell, and this is what's going on with them, and this is what they usually use when they're creating like their crops. So it's really affecting them, and they're not able to make their wages anymore. Okay, and basically what
how many percentage is affected from?
We're not sure exactly, but what I know is that there are three surrounding villages, including the one we're talking about, which is called Abdullah. But there are two others. It's a lot of people, but specifically this village.
You're talking about thousands of people.
Hundreds.
Hundreds, yeah.
Because it's villages, so it's not. You don't know the exact percentage in a village, but it's people of Egypt,
yeah.
and you want to develop a better Egypt, so every person counts.
Okay.
So they said what the company did was they gave $500 to the whole village. Obviously, they've lost so much, so that's not enough to compensate for everything they lost.
Who's Mohammed al-Bani?
He's like the director of Okay, there are two laws that they have to abide by. First, the environmental protection law tells them that any project in the nation tells you that if it has any kind of environmental impact on the country, they have to go through an EIA. So an EIA is an environmental impact assessment. You go through certain procedures in order to make sure that it's not going to affect the country or the environment or anything else negative. Okay, and the World Bank tells you there's a resettlement policy framework, and they have to go through all the procedures for that as well, because they're a funding company, so they have a say in what happens in the process. So when we evaluate the situation and we wrap it up, we understand that it's a threatening issue for the villagers, both for their health and also for economically, because they're not making any money anymore, and it's having a huge impact because the disposal of polluted water is going into the Nile, and it's going into the soil, and it's just contaminating the whole environment around it. And this is
power, domestic industrialization is paramount to the immense effect on the leading sector in the Middle East. Today, demand has been outstripping supply. And it's kind of scary because it shouldn't be like that. It should be balanced economically. With the new North Giza gas power plant, we will make sure that we will build a sustainable and a very cheap supply of electricity with the most advanced technology, okay? The advanced technology and the cleanest of emissions to make sure that the implementation of our technology is well, at scale for the World Bank Corporation. First, my team and I have been challenged to discover the 7 main incorporated aspects of designing a plan. First one is, let's introduce ourselves to the situation. Basically, there's a conflict between the farmers and the employees. 2 major things, external and internal. The farmers are complaining about the lack of water usage that the power plant is abusing, and the employees are, at this moment, still on the strike, trying to convince that they want better future concrete contracts and better pay. Now, when we talk about objectives, we have 3 main propaganda problems. The first one is, of course, the local community problem. The second one is the dispute of wages and the lack of inconsistency with the employees' demands. And lastly, is the goodwill of the general population, the awareness, in other words. When it comes to audience, not the general public, not the general population, but the general public are the biggest concern. Public figures and the people with the high hierarchy. But most importantly, the local community and employees are the biggest audience here. When it comes to strategy, Egyptians are well known for their national pride. So that's a very viable source to follow. Why do I say that? It's because Egyptians will do anything to make sure that they back up any project that will produce a better image and a better image of the productivity in Egypt with the economical distract. So in other words, corporate social responsibility is the way to go here. It will help us gain loyalty and respect. When it comes to tactics, let's get deeper in what the strategy really is. First off, we're going to go through the traditional tactic, and that is to fund charitable or community-based programs to help spread the awareness. This will, of course, bring contact to us and also will bring mutual reward. How are we going to do that? With the employees, however. With the employees, we're going to create a common platform to help both, to yield both employees and North Giza to discuss how we're going to motivate the employees to work more by providing programs such as educational programs and also national corporate aid, such as going to schools and